All right, we have George Skatotis, and you're with Fluke. How are you doing? You're the safety manager now and compliance manager?
Yes, I am, and I'm really happy to be here. Great organization. I like it. It's family oriented, and everybody is friendly. It's a great company.
And we've known each other for a long time. You've just started with Fluke, but we've known each other through safety associations and that kind of thing. So I can vouch for you that you actually know what you're talking about. But we're going to talk a little bit about drivers because you do all the hiring for Fluke, right?
Yes, I do. Yes. What happens is that we are looking for drivers. Yeah. I know there's a shortage right now out there.
If I had a tap, I would turn it on for you, George.
But I think this would be a perfect fit for any type of driver.
Yeah.
We're looking for safety.
You're looking for safe drivers, right? Yeah. So you're looking for a variety from owner-operators to casual employment, and everything in between, right?
Yes.
So primarily, what type of driver are you looking for? Let's start there. You have there's a few empty trucks as I was coming in here, and they were good-looking trucks, so it's not that they're broke down. They were people off, but what are you looking for? More local work, highway work? What are we looking for right now?
We're looking for owner-operators. Okay. We're also looking for drivers themselves, company drivers, and we do have different routes. At this point right now is that, again, like I said, we're looking for individuals that are reliable. They want to stay here. They're not a number. They're an actual person. And we do have an open door policy. So feel free to walk in my office or even the vice president's office, Kevin Hagen, at any time.
And the company's been around since 1920, so it's not like they just started up last week and threw a truck on the road and said we're here to go, right? So what type of employee are you looking for? Because we know there's actually a lot of drivers out there. It's good ones we're all looking for. That's the problem, right?
Yes.
So give us an idea of what they should have. Probably Clean Abstract would be a place to start. What else are you looking for? When you're hiring a driver, what are you looking for?
What I'm looking for is I'm looking for a professional driver, somebody that takes pride in what they're doing. Safety is a huge positive. Clean CVOR and reliable.
A lot of your freight, because you guys work a mix of local, is a lot of it appointment-based freight where they have to be somewhere on a certain time?
Yes, we do have a lot of time-sensitive freight, which, again, we're dealing with companies that are, you have to have an appointment like everywhere else pretty much, but you're right, it is time-sensitive, but we definitely give our drivers more than enough time to do what they need to do.
Well, that's important, from when someone's applying for a position, showing that you could be on time right from the interview point or right from whenever you're asked to be in the building, because there's a lot of appointment-based freight, right? And a lot of drivers have this attitude, well, if I'm within 60 miles, I'm considered on time. I know I used to hear that all the time, right? And I go, well, no, unless you're at the dock, you're not really there yet, because something could happen in that 60 miles.
Exactly.
So you want somebody who's professional and clean. Do you expect them to have a certain amount of training? Are you taking new drivers, old drivers?
We are in the process right now of starting a program which we will actually train and help out the new drivers.
Okay.
So with that said, I'm also looking for drivers that have at least 2 to 3 years experience.
Right. Okay, so you prefer 2 to 3 years, but you will entertain applications from somebody new or going through a school? Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay.
And we do have a program in place right now.
Okay.
And where we are actually holding their hands pretty much.
That's okay. That needs to happen.
We don't just give them a set of keys. We set them with a senior driver, and they go out and they learn what they need to learn while they're out there, see how the system works, and then we slowly work them into the actual being on their own when they're comfortable and they're ready to go.
Right, and you've got a flexible environment, so if they are available on weekends or during the week or certain days, you can accommodate that to a point. I mean, everybody needs to know when someone's going to be available, but you're able to work with them, especially if they're starting this out and maybe in a school or something at this time, right?
So. Definitely, yeah. No, we do work. We believe that families is important.
Yeah.
So if you're the type of individual that you want to sleep in your bed and be at home daily and
that's overrated.
Have a life, and and I know how the trucking industry is. Yeah. That's not an easy easy task to accomplish.
That's right.
Well, then Fluke is the place for you.
Yeah, that's great. Let's talk owner operators because somebody comes on with a giant Peterbilt may not fit that local delivery. So when you're looking for an owner operator, give us an idea of the equipment. How new, old should the equipment be? What kind of maintenance are you looking for?
With the equipment, as far as the owner operators, we do have some owner operators that don't have like brand new Peterbilts or canvas or whatever have you. But as long as the truck is mechanically sound,
right,
and of course, it doesn't look like it's all been banged up.
Yeah.
If it's an older model, we don't have a problem.
So you're not necessarily 0 to 5, although I'm sure most of us prefer newer equipment. But so is there a maintenance program? What is the opportunity for an owner operator? Because a lot of times that's the incentive, right? You come onto a fleet and they've got some incentives that are going to make their operation a little more efficient and better. So what kind of things do you have for owner operators? Do you have fleet maintenance programs, tire programs, anything?
Yes, we do. We do have programs in place which we can actually help the owner operators.
Right.
We definitely require monthly PM services on their vehicles.
Okay.
And, records of what they're looking at, what they're fixing. But yes, we do have a program in place where we are able to help them out.
Yeah.
And then we can figure out of payment through their payroll.
Okay, so now most of your trucks that I've seen are white. So is there a paint code program? Paint codes went out a long time ago, but if you've got an all-white fleet and the guy shows up with a black truck, it might be an issue. I don't know.
No, not really. The reason they're all white is because we do deal a lot with Penske.
Yeah.
So we are using on a lease to own type of thing.
Right.
So the equipment, our company equipment, are fairly new.
Yeah.
They're fairly new.
Right.
So, but as far as the color code, no, we're not, unless it's something really extreme.
Yeah. Well, you never know what you're going to get. But so there's no color, no paint code for the program, which is always good. What times of runs do you have for owner operators? Is it city work? Is it mostly highway work for owner operators, or does it matter?
It's a little bit of everything.
Okay.
We do have city work. We do have highway work. We have Quebec runs. And so again, we're in Ontario, so it's not like you're going to be going to. We do have some United States too. If they want United States, we can figure something out there.
Right. Well, no, a lot of people are looking for Canada only, so that's a good opportunity for sure. There, I was just thinking, if somebody signs on and then some of the deliveries they get, they have problems getting in, or who knows what the horror story is, and so I was just thinking, maybe people are coming on with a sleeper unit. They might fit better.
Definitely, yeah.
But you'll take day cabs, right? Like if somebody wants to be a city owner operator?
Yes.
Because a lot of people don't think of that as a viable business choice. You never think of, I'm going to be a city owner operator, but there's a lot of guys doing it. And there's a lot of money there if people are watching the way they operate and those kind of things, right?
We are even, we can even use a couple of DZ drivers, straight trucks, and owner operators.
Yeah, and that's really good. Lucrative business too. Tell us about your freight. Is there any hand bombing? Like, how physically fit do people have to be? We all know that truck drivers are maybe not the healthiest bunch, although we're trying to get them there. How much can somebody expect when they come on? Are they going to be able to handle the delivery styles and that kind of thing?
There's no hand bombing. There's a couple of customers we have that they will, like Walmart, where you kind of have to. They have a conveyor belt, and you just kind of put the box on the conveyor
Right.
belt. But it's not like where you got to unload the whole truck like some places.
Right.
No, there's not that much handling. There is some, but very minimal.
Okay, good. No, it's good to know because when I worked for the chemical company, we had 700-pound drums, and so you had to be fairly strong to do that job because you had to push into the middle of an organization somewhere. So
Oh, definitely.
So it's great. So then, what's the best way for someone to get started with you guys? How do we get hold of you?
It's very simple.
I know you're going to tell me your phone number. Wait for it.
Yeah. They can call the
company number. Yep.
Or they can go to our website and get the email.
And you have an online form and all of that. Do you have an online application?
There
should be something there, link through or something. Somehow it's going to come to you. I know it because that's your job.
Yeah. But the best way to do it is to kind of give me a call.
Yeah. So they can start at fluke.ca.
Yeah.
And then and you've got an extension number which is specific to you. I think it's 309, right?
309. Yeah.
Right.
I can give you the 1-800 number.
Yeah.
And I can
Whatever's
take it
easier.
nice and easy.
Yeah, sure.
1-800-263-4843.
Okay, and then that'll ask you for an extension. That's
Extension 309.
And that goes directly to your desk, right?
To my desk.
So when they answer, say hi, George, because this is the recruiting department. You're going to go right there, and you can guide them through what they need to
definitely,
have ready for you and make an appointment. And
it's simple. They just have to get their CVR and abstract and their resume, and we make an appointment. They come in. We tell them what we have to offer. We hear to what they want. And if it fits, we get ahead.
Do you guys offer like ride-alongs or anything like that? If somebody's new, like you may get somebody who's never or not familiar with transportation.
Yes.
Are you able to offer that? Not necessarily they would ride for a whole day, but get an idea of
Right.
what the
I have done that in the past, and I'm a strong believer that it does work. Because it's different when you're talking about it than when you're actually seeing it.
That's right.
So on the right person for the right individual, I can have something arranged where yes, we'll set them up with one of our senior drivers and for a little short trip and see how how they like it.
And you were telling me off camera that a lot of your freight goes to the regular customers on a regular basis, right?
Yes.
Which is really good for somebody new coming into the industry. When you're on an open board, you have no idea where you're going next, but it's nice to be in an area where you'll see the same people and so you can get into a routine and figure out how things work. Right?
Yeah, and the other thing about our company is that you pretty much know what you're doing the next day. So because we'll let you know, and then you kind of say yes and
say yes and go. That's what you say to dispatch. Yes and go.
Yes and go.
George, thank you for your time today. You did an awesome job.